ladies and gentlemen, this is Harrison from ATGN. I'm joined here by Lin. We're taking a look at the Final Fantasy trading card game. So we're down here at PAX Australia. This is the day one release of Final Fantasy, the trading card game. So what we're doing here is we're playing off two of the decks against each other. This is the Final Fantasy VII theme deck. As you can see, it features names you know and recognize from the game, as well as characters from all Final Fantasy's different properties.
I've got the Final Fantasy 13 deck.
Featuring a ton of great characters.
Yep.
So the idea of the game is you win the game by dealing 7 or more points of damage to your opponent. You deal damage by attacking with your forwards, where your attacking characters are supported by your summons, which are your spells, and your backups.
So your backups generate your resources,
Yes.
which you spend it on your summons and your forwards.
So when you generate resources, there's 8 different tribes in the game, from fire and earth all the way up to fire, lightning, wind, water, and ice. So
Light and dark as well.
Light and dark as well. So taking a look, it's based on the colors. So earth is yellow, fire is red.
I've got ice and lightning.
So the resource cost in the upper left-hand corner is how much it costs, including at least one of that color. So to summon Jesse, who's a backup, I need 3 mana, one of which is no. I think that's one of mine.
Which one?
I think that's one of mine.
Yeah, I think somebody shuffled it.
Alright, good start. That's what happens when you use someone else's kit. So to start with, because you have a 50 card deck, we're just going to count them real quick.
Yeah, let's start with that.
So as well as your backup cards producing mana for your games, you also can discard cards from your hand to produce 2 mana immediately. Now that's an interesting game mechanic. That's not one you see in a whole lot of games.
Yeah.
So it gives you the interesting balance of, do I retain card advantage to then use later, or do I spend it straight away to get an immediate
I have
bonus?
51. It has the added bonus of never having a dead card. You can always ditch cards to play other cards, but it also have the tendency to encourage rush decks.
Where you attack very quickly early on.
Yeah.
Well, I have 48, so I think you've got 2 of my cards.
Okay. So one is definitely that.
And there's
another.
2.
There we go. Glad we sorted that out.
So as you can see, the cards have all of the different Final Fantasy artwork styles, from the hyper-realistic to the stylized, all the way through to the cartoonish. So if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you'll immediately recognize the characters and immediately know what's going on.
Oh, and when we say he has a Final Fantasy 7 deck and I have a Final Fantasy 13 deck, you can mix and match different characters. It's only we're playing with the starter decks.
Yes, so any tribe works with any tribe. It's just you're going to run it. You can put any card into any deck. There's a 3-of limit for each card in each name. And yeah, all of the different game franchises work together. All right.
I'll go for
Len's going to go first. So to start with, you want to find a decent mix of backups and forwards, and a few different casting costs.
Here, I drew only one backup, and it's quite expensive. It's a very good backup. It's a bit expensive. So I have the option to go mulligan, which means I put all 5 cards at the bottom, I don't shuffle it, and I draw top 5 cards from the top. I think I'll opt to do that at this point.
Seeing here, I have a decent mix of backups and forwards, and a few different casting costs, so I'm going to hang on to this hand.
So that is a much better starting hand than I had before, so pretty happy with it.
It's not like you get a choice, you only get one mulligan. Alright, Lin won the scissors, paper, rock, so he gets to go first. Normally you draw 2 cards per turn, but as the first player, he only gets 1.
So I'm going to discard, so this is the discard mechanic we're talking about. What I discard?
Draw first. Draw for your turn.
When I discard it, I create 2 ice. I don't know what they call the resources. Is it crystal?
Crystal. Let's go with crystal.
Yeah, let's go with crystal. 2 crystals, and I can play this. They will come in dulled, which is their word for tap. And I can do that as many times.
No, you can only have 5 backups,
Yeah.
but you can play all 5 of them in one turn if you could somehow make that happen.
So that's what we're talking about, the tendency to encourage rush. Oh, you know, we've only played a couple of games, so but that's the impressions we get. Speaking of rush, I'm going to got this and get
Another backup to
another
use.
backup to use.
So there's 3 different kinds of abilities you'll see on cards in the Final Fantasy trading card game. So there's activated, which is ones that have a tap symbol, similar to what Magic does. There's triggered abilities that happens whenever you have a condition. For example, things being put into your break zone or entering play. And then there's static effects, which give you bonuses to your team or negatives to your opponent. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my turn here. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. It's giving me some more options. So, starting from here, you can see I've got mostly Earth cards in my hand. So what I'm going to want to do to start with, I'm going to pitch Black Belt. So by discarding the Black Belt, that adds 2 crystals of Earth to my pool, which I'm going to use to play the Dark Knight. Now, characters, similar to how Magic work, only are able to attack on the turn that you summon them if they have haste. To carry on with my next ability, I'm going to pitch Biggs and Black Mage to put Jesse into play. Now when Jesse comes into play, I may search my deck for a category 7, forward and put that into my hand. So I can go through and pull out any character 7 forward in my deck. So I'm not even going to mess around, I'm going to go straight for Vincent. Alright, so because I can't attack the turn I summon it, it's your go, Lin.
So I'll activate my characters, and then I'll draw 2. So you would think drawing 2 is quite a bit, but as you can see, because of the ditch to create crystal concept, you go to cards quite quickly. So I'm going to this. So that creates 4 crystal for me to get another backup stage. Once stage enters the field, choose 1 character card in your break zone and add it to your hand.
So because your characters end up in your break zone, which is similar to your graveyard, even without having had to hit play, recursion abilities like you see on Sage and another card called Devout are very powerful.
Yep. And then I'm going to discard Odin to play, which I cannot do.
So you got to make sure that you match at least one of each color to what you're trying to play.
And because I'm colorblind, the colors, I have to look at the symbols, and yeah, it's a little bit more difficult for me. So I messed it up royally, and now I have an open field with no character, and I will pass.
Alright, so I'm going to activate Jesse and draw my 2 cards. Alright, so we're seeing some pretty powerful names coming up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dull Jesse and discard Red 13 to play Vincent. So what I've done here, because my opponent has an empty board, I can go all in. I'm going to attack with Dark Knight.
So you take damage by flipping a card from the top and putting it there. But this one is one of those special cards that says EX. You can play from your hand for your effect, but when you flip it out to take damage, it also activates. So this one says EX burst. When Jill the Bard enter the field, choose up to 2 forwards, freeze them. Alright. So I'm going to freeze them both, which means that they will not untap next turn if he taps them.
So because I'm not going to get another chance to attack on an empty board again, I'm going to go all in and attack with Vincent again.
This time there's no EX.
So 2 out of 7 is not a bad start. Your go.
So for mine, I'll have to activate everything first, and then I'll draw 2. Now I'm going to start this time by playing the characters I want. Not gonna make that mistake again. I'll pay 2 to play Sid Reigns. Once Sid enters the field, choose 1 doll forward opponent control, so one that is tapped, and deal it 4,000 damage. When it is put from the field into the break zone this turn, your opponent discard 1 card from his or her hand. So I'm going to choose that, and then you'll have to discard a card.
Oh boy.
you choose? Because it says just this
I'm
guy.
going to choose 2. So as you can see, I've rushed out and done some damage early, but because Lin's set up more backups than me, he's in a stronger position in these middle turns.
That's right. And I'm going to keep with that strategy of setting up a strong resource pool, and by tapping that to play the 7. And now I'm going to attack him for 5,000.
On an empty board, I take 1 damage, which puts Barrett into my damage pile.
And at this point, I have no resources and no characters open, so I'll pass.
Alright, so hopefully I can draw something to get me out of this one.
Probably don't show me your cards.
Probably not sure. Alright, so I'm going to kneel Jesse. I'm going to pitch I'm going to pitch Vincent.
We have to
and
stop
Samurai
using different words.
to play Cloud. Now Cloud normally costs 6, but because I control a category 7 forward, it costs 1 less, which is only 5, which is good for me.
Did you discard a fire? Yes.
Alright,
So you only have to pay 1 of the type, the rest you can pay from any card.
alright. So I'm going to go to my damage step.
You don't,
Vincent doesn't stand because he was frozen last turn. Alright, your go.
You don't want the free damage? Okay.
I can't do it.
Oh yeah,
attack
somebody,
the turn
of
player,
course. And I'll activate everything.
So this is another ability that you'll see on named characters, which is a super. So by discarding another card that is named Cloud, I can activate his super ability, as long as playing his other costs.
We made a mistake last turn. Sick couldn't attack.
Ah,
Shuffle that back in.
we're still very new to the game.
Yep. We literally, the game launches today in Australia, so we've learned this today. Well, I will discard 1 lightning. And so that's 3 to play Noel, who has haste. And then I will play 3 to play Sarah. So Noel has haste, and when I control as Sarah, Noel get plus 2,000, so he is 7,000 now. And Sarah, when Sarah is in the field, your opponent discard 1 card from his hand.
Alright.
Okay. Well, now I have a full field. Sarah can't attack. Noel can because he has haste, and Sid can attack because he came in last. So I'm going to start with. There's no point because he has a 9,000 blocker on the board. You can do something called party attack, but only if they are of the same
Element.
And because Sarah is not available to attack, my guys can't join the attack, so I'll pass at this time.
Alright, so I'll activate. We'll see what we can do here. Alright. So I've managed to find some backup. Alright, so I can't do anything with these ones at the moment, so I'm going to have to
I know it's hard.
leave it for now. So you notice that some cards have a blank text box, and some of them have a triple card symbol. So if they're blank, that means that they're unique, and you may only have one of them on the field at any one time. Given that this is a Final Fantasy game, it was easier to mark the characters that aren't unique than it was to name the ones that are. So I'm going to go to my battle phase. I'm going to attack with 8,000 Vincent.
You can't party defend, so at this point I can either let it through or I can sacrifice one of my creatures. At this point I don't want to do that because attacking with Sarah and Sid together is the only way to break through Cloud, and I don't want to sacrifice Noel, who is at 7,000, so I'm just going to take the damage. It's another Sid.
Yes, that's no EX. Alright, that's your go.
So I'll start by activating and drawing 2. So I'm going to start by paying 3 to play Shiva. Choose 1 forward, dull it, and freeze it.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now at this point, I have 3 attacks, so I will do that. I will attack with Sarah.
Alright, EX Burst. Choose one forward, I may discard a card from my hand and deal 7 damage. If not, I deal 5,000 damage. I'm going to deal 5,000 damage to Sid.
Okay. Let me see if there's any answer I can have to that. No. So I'm going to get rid of Sid. That will teach me the lesson. I should have attacked with the weakest character first. No one will attack for 7,000.
No EX.
And now I'll pass it over.
Alright, so Cloud doesn't activate because he was frozen, but Vincent will. So I'm going to draw my 2 cards. So now I've put myself in a difficult spot. Because I only have 1 backup, I have to discard 2 cards if I want to get 4 resource. Which is what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to pitch Vincent and Jesse to play Wedge. When Wedge enters the field, I search my deck for a Bigs and put it into my hand. So as you can see, there's a strong tribal component where different characters pull out different characters.
I just realized Wedge and Bigs must be Star Wars references. Sorry, sudden realization in the middle of tutorial.
Yeah. I've come in from Final Fantasy only dipping my toes in the water, so a lot of these characters are new for me. But luckily enough, it's still a decent game, so we're alright.
It sort of forces people.
Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I've been there since the beginning, so all of this is I'm just a kid in a candy land.
Alright. So if I open up an attack with Vincent, I'm going to get through 1 point of damage, but I open myself up for 2 more. Because Lin has more cards in his hand than me, he's going to start his next turn with 5. That's a risk I'm not willing to take, so it's your go.
So at this point, I will activate everything. And I'll draw 2. Do we know if EX summons and stuff can be played in your turn?
Summons can be played in any turn.
How many cards have you got in your hand? 2. Well, I will ditch Null, which will create 2 lightning. And Ice, play Mod.
Who enters play Dold.
Yep. And he will search for a Final Fantasy 13 character for me. Let's see what goodness I can find in there.
Forwards only.
Forwards only. I will grab lightning.
It's a good start.
Yeah. Well, you might as well grab the heroines of the story. So, lightning cost is reduced by each Final Fantasy 13 characters, 13 forwards on the board. So keeping that in mind, she only costs 4 right now. So
At least one of which must be lightning.
Yep. And I'll ditch Dark Knight to play Lightning.
Yep. Alright. So Lightning has haste, and whenever she hits an opponent, you get to double forward as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't let her hit you, which seems reasonable.
Yep. Well, let's start with $7,000 because I know for a fact that he wouldn't want to use Vincent to block it. Otherwise, he's just giving me a free doll.
Alright. That's Cloud, that's one I wanted to see, but not in my damage pile.
At this point, Lightning can't attack.
Yes, she can, she has haste.
Oh, does she? What does it say? Oh, she does have haste. Wow, okay, well, I'll do that.
Alright, I'm going to defend with Vincent.
Yep.
I'm then going to spend 1 to play Golem on Vincent.
Yep.
Which gives him plus 2,000 power, bringing him up to a total of 9. 9 beats 8, unless Lin has something to do with it.
Nope. Not at this point.
Alright, well Lightning snuffs it.
Lightning snuffs it. That was a good deal for him.
Yes.
Not for me.
Now damage is persistent until the end of the turn. So if Lin is somehow able to deal 1,000 points of damage to Vincent, he will be defeated.
So I am going to attack with Sarah.
I'm going to defend with Vincent. I'm happy to make that exchange. Because what that's done is that left me in a position where I've got one good character up against one not quite so good character, which is a good place to be. Alright, so I'm going to activate everything and draw my 2 cards. Okay. I'm going to pitch bigs to play bigs, which gives me options. Now at this stage, it's a 3v3 race. Lightning has options to get haste creep characters, but I think it's worth it to push. I'm going to attack you with Cloud.
I'm going to have to take that, and it's another lightning, which is unfortunate for me.
Alright, you'll go.
So, activate. And I will draw 2. How many cards have you got in your hand?
I've got 1.
So I'm going to use his ability. Pay 1 ice. And tap, put Bard into the break zone. Your opponent discard 1 card from his hand.
Sorry, Red 13.
Right now I have the card advantage, and I want to keep pressing it.
As well, because you only have a limit of 5 characters in your backup zone, pitching 1 to open up an extra spot might be useful.
Yep. And because Mog is a unique character, I can't play anyway, so I'm going to ditch him. It's more for me to get the free damages right now. So even though his ability is kind of useless at the moment, choose 1 your opponent and deal it 4,000 damage. And I'm going to attack with Dole.
Alright, I'll take 5,000, which puts the Golem EX. So I'm going to give Cloud 2,000 power.
Okay. Sid is going to attack?
Not with hasty. Not without hasty.
Oh,
it's not possible.
Yes. At this point, I'm going to pass.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to kneel these 2 guys to run Barrett out. Barrett has one of those special abilities, super abilities we mentioned before, where I can deal 2,000 damage to all of the forwards my opponent control. So at this stage, 4v4, I'm going to attack with Cloud.
I'm going to take that damage. It is an EX. I can choose up to 2 forwards and freeze them, and this is a big draw for me. I'll choose the 2.
Alright, so because I can't attack with Barrett because I played him this turn, there's nothing else to do. Okay.
I'll draw 2. So at this point, if I can deal 3 damage to him, I win. So I'll have to find a way to get rid of his Barrett and play another character. That will give me the win.
Character with haste.
Oh yes, of course. I always forget the haste rule. I'm gonna pay 2 and discard a Dragoon to play Gilgamesh.
Okay. So Gilgamesh cannot be returned to its owner's hand by summons or abilities, and you can pay 2 lightning to give him 1,000 power until the end of turn, which is pretty cool.
And at this point, I'm gonna go for the Hail Mary buff. Actually, it's probably the most smart option. Pay 2, discard a Shiva, and play Odin. Choose 1 forward or pause 4 left and break it.
Alright, there goes Barrett.
Which allows me to get 2 free damage, 1 result.
So resolve null.
Result Sid.
Alright.
So now he's 1 damage away, and I have an 8,000 blocker. So, and Cloud won't attack, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I pass.
Alright, here we go. Okay. Looks like I've been put into a bit of a rough spot. So I'm going to pitch Magus for 2 red and play Squire. And from there, all I've got Gilgamesh runs straight over it to defeat me, and even though I was able to stop that, there's still 2 more coming in from Lin's side, so that's going to be game for me. Thank you. So as you can see, despite the fact that I was able to come out fast, I was able to get Cloud and my other attackers onto the field very quickly. Because I didn't commit to my backup zone fast enough, Lin was able to grind me out over the value of the game.
Whereas I took some early damage. 3 damage in the first 2 turns is a little bit actually alarming, but in the end I draw the right cards to build the right defense because of my strong backup. I can play more values, so in the end that put me out of toss.
So Final Fantasy, the trading card game, is available in Australia from today. Currently there is a 7, a 13 and a Final Fantasy X deck available. Good luck finding one from Final Fantasy VII because they're pretty much sold out. So this has been Harrison from ATGN.
And it's Lin.
And thank you for watching.